want to take a second to talk to you about underdogs.
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for
Yeah.
you.
Fly was flying on the team. Touchdown, touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird gang nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man soft. Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randall. Season here, really time to do them in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.
What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. So we're gonna talk, man. It is your favorite Jalen Hurts hater, as you guys like to call me. But we're gonna talk, man. We're gonna talk. Nick Sirianni apparently thinks he works in the gardening section of Lowe's. It is an annoying. I can't even watch press conferences this year anymore. Like last year, I was tired of watching press conferences because I felt like they just kept saying the same thing. You know, we got to get better. We got to improve. And now this year, we're just getting fed a bunch of quotes. We're getting fed a bunch of, you know, pointless analogies, pointless, you know, euphemisms. I'm just kind of tired of it. I'm really tired of it, if I'm being 100% honest. Shout out to everybody in here. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe. Check out the new merch that we have out. It's fire, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. We got a whole new logo and everything. You can find that at www.teespring.com/PhillyPhilly. So definitely check that out. A lot of different color waves, a lot of different styles. So definitely a lot of fun. But listen, man, I'm tired of Nick Sirianni. I'm not going to lie, but I'm starting to feel like maybe we have to hold that same energy that we had for Jalen Hurts. Everybody wants to see Jalen Hurts doing his thing, right? So maybe we need to hold that energy and give Nick Sirianni a little bit of time. I mean, if we look back to you know, Andy Reid's first 7 games, I believe he had the same exact record. I believe he was 2-4 or 2-5, excuse me, in his first 7 games. So I love my Eagles fans, man, and I love all you Eagle content creators, and I'm not talking junk because I'm not that. Y'all know me. I ain't that type of person, but I think we got to chill a little bit. I am mad at Nick Sirianni. I am just as mad at Jalen Hurts. I'm mad. I really don't think Jonathan Gannon's doing terrible. I just think he doesn't have a team around him, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. I just feel like it's time to slow down and really look. Everybody looks at benching Jalen Hurts as the end of the Hurts, you know, experiment. It doesn't have to be that. If we all think that, you know, Nick Sirianni is as bad as he is, the only way I feel comfortable with him being a one and done is by giving him another quarterback for a game and letting him fall on his face with Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew's not a franchise guy. Gardner Minshew's not the savior of this organization. But to just give Jalen, like, what if another coach comes in here and Jalen Hurts still fails? Then we're going to blame the coach again, or are we going to finally realize that it was Jalen Hurts? And on the flip side, what if, you know, Nick Sirianni leaves and he starts balling and Jalen Hurts? Like, these are all things that can happen. We don't know necessarily who's handcuffing who, and I do agree. I do 100% agree that the way that we're running the ball is egregious. It makes zero sense. I was going to say zero. Maybe I want some cereal right now, but it makes 0 sense how we are utilizing the run game, how we are playing these games. But at the same time, look, man, we have to evaluate everybody. We have to evaluate everybody. At worst case scenario, if Jalen Hurts is the guy, you know, and Minshew sucks, we trade the guy. We get rid of him. We realize what Minshew is. But, you know, Minshew's played some good football in this league. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to say that he's trash. He was on the terrible Jags. Look at what happened over there. I mean, let's look at what happened over there. They had terrible management, terrible coaching, and a terrible team. Let's be 100% honest about that. So, I mean, it is what it is. Do I think Gardner Minshew can come in here and save this team? Definitely not. Obviously not. But I think that we have to hold our horses on just saying fire everybody, let go of everybody. Everybody has this year. Everybody has this year. I said it prior to the year starting that Jalen Hurts, unfortunately, he has this year, maybe next if the Eagles really don't like any of these quarterbacks coming out next year. But this is his season to be evaluated. We all love to say that he's a rookie. He's not. This is his second year in the NFL. It's time to really look at what he is and evaluate that. And same thing with Nick Sirianni. If we want to talk about rookies, he's a rookie, right? Like I said, go back to Andy Reid's first 7 games. They have the same exact record. Sometimes you have to fail in order to realize what you need to change. And I'm not saying Nick Sirianni deserves another season, but he deserves one chance this year. One chance to prove that it wasn't him it was the quarterback. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't want to hate too much on Jalen Hurts because I know you guys hate when I do that, but it is what it is. But what's going on, Nina? I see you. How you doing? Ryan Rowe, what's going on? Convert Truly says Nick Sirianni in the back of the shed with the crew, Gannon, Lurie, and Howie smoking that type 3 weed. The type 3 weed is fertilizer and they sipping that Kool-Aid. That's what they doing. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on because when you look at this team, is there talent on this team? I'd say yes. A good question. I forget who exactly brought it up on the comments, but Brandon just dropped the video. It's a dope video. Definitely go check it out. When he's mad, it's real. But he asked who would win between the 2021 team and the 2020 team. And, talent-wise, I think that the 2021 team is a lot better than last year. I mean, you have actual cornerbacks. You have 2 good cornerbacks, in my opinion. You have the same defensive line. I mean, you have a better Javon Hargrave. You're not, worrying about Malik Jackson. You look at the offense, you actually have wide receivers that I feel are worth a damn. I mean, quarterback is the position I guess it would have to go down to, but both quarterbacks didn't play well last year. So, and Jalen Hurts isn't necessarily playing that well this year. So it's a tough question. Who do you guys think would win? Who do you guys think would win between last year's team and this year's team? The usual crowd, sup, yo, what are we talking about? We just talking. You know how I get down, man. You know how I get down. What's going on, Drew? We talking about the different Eagle staff is smoking. The graphic and the thumbnail. I had to, man. I had to. Latest talk is the Eagles should go after Tua. I don't think they should. Why go after Tua? Tua had 2 good games. I'm not going to say, look at that. Tua had 2 good games. But anyways, Tua had 2 good games. His most recent games, individually were good games. Now, obviously, they're not winning games. But, winning is a team stat to a certain extent. But he has put up some numbers. I mean, I don't think that – I'm good on Tua, to be honest. He's another guy that has to be developed. Brother, picture of Sirianni the gardener just made my day. I'm at work, and I just started laughing my ass off when I saw that. I'd rather have Hurts than Tua. I'm on that, too. Marianne, what's going on? What's going on? I'm chilling. Have you ever watched You, Marianne? Because every time I see that name, I think of that show. Tua, nah. Yeah, no, I'm good. Sell the whole squad. Maybe, after this year – we might, and realistically, just as much as people are saying that, Jalen Hurts is the scapegoat, same can be said about this coaching staff, man. This front office has been known to handcuff its coaches. So I can't see why that's not the case again. All right, you win. He drew he on type 3. Nick can't smoke anything now that it's fall, so he got to wait till next year the sprouts to grow. Is both coach and QB. Coach been in the league longer. Not sure why he thinks he is crossing them over with his game plan. Shake my head. I mean, my thing is how much can he do? How much does he feel? I don't want to say how much can he do. How much does he feel comfortable giving to Jalen Hurts? I mean, that's the real question to me right now. There's 3 levels of this. It's how involved is the front office in these game time decisions? How much does our coaching staff trust Jalen Hurts? And number 3, how much can Jalen Hurts actually do? We've seen him play very inconsistently. It is what it is. So I think it's on everybody. I'd keep about 8 of them. Who would you keep? I'd like to know, actually. Hurts needs to make his throws. I agree, Rome. I agree. I mean, look, there's blame to go everywhere. There's definitely blame to go everywhere. Some Eagles fans need an edible or 2. Nina, you crazy. It's true, though. People need to calm down. Nick Sirianni had played Gardner Minshew and evaluated the right formula to fix. I think that if Gardner Minshew, this is the question that I beg to a lot of people. If Gardner Minshew goes in there and balls out, then what? Then what? Are you going to be mad because the same play calls weren't for Jalen Hurts? That's the thing. As Eagles fans, we got to realize we don't hold loyalty to any of these players. I'm sorry. It is what it is. We hold loyalty to this team. Fire Howie. I hear you, Eagles champ. Oh, and Allen Robinson, I was trained to apply. I would get Allen Robinson, but I don't think they would. And I don't necessarily think that wide receiver is our issue right now. I mean, I like our wide receivers, if I'm being 100% honest. I think that if you're looking at Jalen Reagor as the number 3 option, that's a pretty damn good option. That's a pretty damn good third option. I think Quez needs to get the ball more. I think that Devontae Smith, needs to be put in better situations where he's not the focus of every single game, because every game, and this goes back to Jalen. Again, I'm not trying to hate on him. I'm just trying to be honest. Every game, it looks like Jalen Hurts is just staring at Devontae Smith half the time. So, I mean, that can't be the case because you're putting Devontae Smith in a bad situation. I could use a club soda. I would take a club soda right now. Man, I hope a DB trade comes today, or better yet, we swap J-Jaw for Allen Robinson. I would love that. I don't know what you do with defensive backs. Like, I really think that we missed the boat. Damn, now I'm forgetting CJ Henderson. I really feel like that was a player that could have changed this defense. Like, it really could. And I'm maybe not this year, but in the years to come. Now you have a guy that can realistically be the number one guy for your defense for years to come. I really am that high on CJ Henderson. And they got him for peanuts. I really do think you missed the boat on that. I'm underage. Yeah, no, you can't have none convert, truly. Nick Sirianni talking about flowers, roses. You need to wake up, smell the roses, and pack his ish. Get the heck out of here. I mean, I feel you, Philly. Pin the comment below this. What was the comment below it? I gotta see. Hold on, let me go check what the comment below is. I mean, I agree. I think there's so many levels of blame to go around. I think there's so many players on this team. Oh yeah. There you go. I got you, bro. There's so many players on this team and so many, members of the coaching staff that have blame in this, that, it's unfair to consistently criticize one area of it when there's so many things going wrong with this team. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. There's so many things going wrong with this team. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got 25 people in here. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, man. It really helps me out when you guys hit that like, pushes out the content, really pushes out, this channel, and I really, really appreciate it. But look, man, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm not pissed off about Nick Sirianni. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm losing faith in this team. But at the same time, we have to evaluate. And the only way to evaluate is to change things up. It just is what it is. We have to figure out different ways to involve different players, different schemes. We have to change things up. There's no way we can stay stagnant and learn anything about this team. I'm not learning anything about Jalen. I'm not. The only things I'm seeing about Jalen are bad things, if I'm being 100% honest. So I'm not learning things I want to see. I'm not seeing anything out of anybody else on this team. We're not really getting a full picture of, obviously, our running backs, but our wide receivers either. We're not getting a full picture of what Quez Watkins is. We're not getting a full picture of what Jalen Reagor is, or even Devontae Smith. So the inability of our coaching staff and the inability of our quarterback is tied together at the hip. It just is what it is. Philly, you think if we lose Sunday, someone gets fired? Probably not. I'm waiting for that. And I'm not looking forward to it, but I am waiting for it. I'm waiting for that news to drop that Howie Roseman got an extension, because that's when I'm going to go crazy, man. I'm really going to go crazy. LB had me hype at the beginning of the season, but Philly came with the harsh truth. Look, man, I was very on the fence about this team, and a lot of, I was on a lot of different channels, a lot of different content creators always kind of asked me, like, why so down on this team? And it was just because I realistically didn't see an improvement on many facets of the game, and I didn't know who Jalen Hurts was. I know a little bit more about Jalen Hurts, and I don't like it, but I still can't say that I fully know what Jalen Hurts is. And most of that is due to the coaching staff. I'll be honest. Most of that is due to the coaching staff, but some of it is on him. Some of it is on him as well, the inconsistency. So, I mean, we can't sit here and harshly judge a rookie head coach, but then use the moniker or the excuse that Jalen Hurts is still a rookie, which he's not. He's not. Every title for vids or streams need to be Eagles dumpers or fire Sirianni. Big Babby and fire Howie. Just fire everybody. I'm down with being trash next year if we're just changing things up. If Howie's not here, I can live with this whole season being a waste. I really can, because to me it won't be a waste. We need to get rid of him, and we've been saying it for years upon years upon years, or at least I've been saying it for years. Like, Howie just needs to go, man. It's been apparent that he's been a thorn in our side for so long. And that's the only real change I can see this team making that would be on surface level and actually make me feel some type about this team. Max says, how you feel about week 12? Is that against your boys? Is it against Giants? I've been going week by week. Let me make sure it's against your Giants before I say anything. Because if it is, I still feel good, bro. If it is, I still feel good. Oh, is it against y'all boys? Yeah, if you talking about the Giants, I still feel good, bro. If you're talking about the Giants, I still feel good. I still feel good. I'm not worried about the Giants, if I'm being 100% honest. I'm not worried about wins and losses, man. I'm worried about figuring out what the heck this team is. Week 1, you said don't get hype, and we got hype, and yeah. Screw Fire Howie at this point, rebuild the whole Eagles staff. I was trying to, look, I got reamed. I got dragged for telling people to calm down after week 1. I got dragged, and it is what it is. I understand people want to be hype about this team, and I do too. But look, I mean, they've given us zero reason to be hype about this team. I mean, from the top down, we've got fed lies all year. All offseason, we were fed lies. We really sat here and tried to find reasons to blame Doug Peterson after he won us a Super Bowl. That should have been a really big red flag. That should have been and I'm part of that. I'm part of that problem, is that I gave reasons to our coaching or our organization to go ahead and move on from Doug Peterson. And I'm not saying Doug Peterson needs to be hired back. I'm not saying Doug Peterson wasn't an issue, but bro, this ownership is just not doing anything. One and done season for both head coach and Jalen, along with Howie. We need a new owner, real rap. I'll take a real GM at this point. Man, I don't know. I know damn well we better win versus the Lions football team and the Giants. Those better be wins. If we lose to the Lions, bro, I'm going to be pissed. I've been hoping that they low-key win a game because I don't want to be the first win that they get, but we might be. We might be, and I'm going to go crazy if we are, and I won't be surprised if we are. But it would just realistically, it would confirm everything I was worried about, is that this team has nothing to look forward to in the future. I don't know what to look forward to with this team. Devontae Smith, Jordan Mailata, I mean, I'm nervous that Stoutland's going to leave after this year. Then what? Then I'm not that excited about these offensive linemen because who's going to be developing them? Tracy Rocker hasn't done a good job on the D-line. I mean, Nick Rallis, I don't want to say he hasn't done a good job, but he doesn't have any good players. So, I mean, I guess it's hard to really judge him off of what he's done because, like I said, he doesn't really have any good players at the linebacking position. The cornerbacks look better. Safety plays, and they're all old. The whole secondary is good, but they're old. We haven't been in shambles like this in a while. Do you sense Philly fans losing their minds also? Oh, it's already happening. It's already, you know what I'm saying? We already all lost our minds at this point. What's going on, Eddie? What's going on? We say one and done for Howie, but Howie is at 20 years and not done yet. Big facts, man. And Howie has come from the pits of the off. He came from being an intern to all the way his position. I don't see him leaving. The best thing we can really hope for is that we bring in an actual GM that makes football decisions. But I'm not even feeling that great about that. I'm really not feeling that great about that. Man, if we lose to the Giants, our football team, I'm putting 7 bandages on my calf and ripping them off. Oh, man. We are not going to beat the Lions. My girl's a Cowboys fan. She picked the Eagles, and I am picking the Lions. We bet 5 guys on it. I can't pick the Eagles to win anymore. I can't ever say the Eagles are going to lose. That's my, especially towards game day. Right now, I'm not feeling like we're going to win, but come game day, I'm definitely going to be sitting here talking about we're going to probably win by 30 because that's just who I am. That's just who I am. But I don't know, man. I really don't know. I really don't know. Drew says we need to meditate and remove emotional attachment to the season or hide my shoe. I've told people, we can't take this so personal, man. We take how Jalen Hurts is being treated personal. We don't know what Jalen Hurts is. It's not like Jalen Hurts. I could see people being more upset about Carson because at least Carson showed us some stuff. But Jalen ain't show us nothing. There's not been one game. Realistically, there has not been one game that I was like, this is what, if Jalen Hurts can be this every week, we got something. Even in the Kansas City Chiefs game, he was getting easy ass throws. Like, I mean, like, let's be 100% honest. I have not once looked at Jalen Hurts and was like, oh, this dude's going to be something special. I haven't. I really haven't. And if you can tell me a game where you've said that, please let me know. Please let me know. We got 31 people in here. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm going to look at the likes right now because sometimes y'all be playing me with them likes. We got 8 likes. We got 31 people in here and 8 likes. That be hurting my feelings. Man. All these mock drafts have us taking an LB in the first. These stupid fools we do not value. I mean, yeah, it feels good to see it. I mean, maybe if you have 3 first rounders, he actually does pull the trigger on a linebacker. From 2017 to this, yeah, I don't know what the heck happened. How he needs wedgie swirly in Portavati. I agree. Now you see why I don't predict scores anymore. I feel you. Yeah, agree. That's where I'm at with it. I can't even get emotionally invested anymore at this point. Keeping it real facts. Yo, Joe, good day from down under. My guy, what's going on? I'm getting frustrated at how this organization is performing both and on and off the field. That's the thing. It's not like we're making good decisions and the players just aren't playing well. We're making terrible decisions and the players aren't playing well. So it's like, what do you look at and say, oh, I can't wait. Can't wait to see this develop, because ain't nothing developing. Might just get the edibles Nino was talking about for the rest of the season. Invite Nito, man. Invite Nito. Imagine betting on the Eagles to win games. You must be filing for bankruptcy at this point. I don't know if we're even covering the spread. I don't even know what the spread is. So, I mean, I don't bet. I said from the beginning of this season that I was on the fence about this team. They were going to have to prove to me who they were. I'm not going to lie. I got a little bit hype after the Atlanta Falcons game. I did. I got a little bit hype. But after that, it's just like, it's been going slowly downhill. And even lately, I've been trying to say that the Eagles defense wasn't that big of a problem, that there's some stuff to look at and be a little bit excited for. But even that's slowly starting to fade, man. With the picks that we should have, Channel LB is a fan of Hurts. I'm done with Hurts. He's wasting Smith's first year. Yeah, LB's my guy. Lord Brunson's my guy. Shout out to Lord Brunson. I got one of the Hurts hats. That's my guy, and I respect his opinion, man. And everybody's entitled to their own opinion. It really doesn't matter. Like, I don't think anybody can realistically say that he is or he isn't that guy. I think there's a lot of things going on around him. So it's like, I'm trying to analyze the little that you see that is 100% on him and go from there. But that's the same thing you got to do with Nick. I will be back. Got to talk to my stupid teacher for an assignment. I want Howie gone just as much as the next fan, but what scares you more? Howie with 3 first rounders or a brand new GM we know nothing about? I feel like it's a lose-lose. Honestly, Alex, I'm cool with somebody we know nothing about if they're a football guy. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with somebody that knows football making those decisions. We've seen what Howie's going to do with those picks. We've already seen it. Nick be smelling the roses too much. What is this head coach talking about? He needs to stop. I mean, that's all we're getting at these. I don't know why I put myself through the punishment of watching these press conferences. If I'm being 100% honest, we get fed the same thing over and over and over again. We keep getting all these little analogies and all these little cute stories of when he was a child and he saw this and it made him think of this and this is how he overcame it. Like, shut up, man. I'm just kind of tired of it, because be honest, I would love for a head coach to come in here and just be like, listen, we suck right now. We're absolute garbage. We're not doing what we need. Like, be honest. Be honest. That's what we need. We need somebody to just come in here and be honest with us. Devontae rookie season is getting wasted. I'm starting to agree. I really do. I am starting to agree. And I'm not saying that it's getting wasted because he might, he's not going to hit a stack or he's not going to, get 10 It's not about the stats. It's about he's put in a terrible position. He's put in a terrible position. I think we can all agree that he's really good. And I think that's something to be happy about. Like, I'm going to be positive real quick, right? Real quick, probably real quick. But let's look at the positives that we have right now. We have Devontae Smith. I think Quez Watkins is a positive. I think that Jordan Mailata is a positive. I think that the little that we got to see of Andre Dillard makes me feel a little bit more confident that maybe either his trade value's up or maybe he's somebody you can throw in at that left tackle position down the line. Yeah, I mean, that's really all I got. Javon Hargrave is going to be a guy that you can definitely build your defense around going forward. But that's all I got. I mean, that's all I got. That's really all I got right now. So I don't know. If y'all happy about other players, let me know. Bring back Kelly just for Howie. Yeah, right. Live my eyes up the press conference, straight BS, basically instructions from Howie. And that's the thing. He's not speaking. Everything that we feared with this guy is coming true. We all were worried that he was a yes man. And I think that we're seeing that he is. He's a definite yes man. Like, he's just doing what he's told. And it's frustrating, man. It is frustrating. Everybody be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, man. At least we have something fun to look forward to with weekly. Smith know why Hurts got benched in the college guy can't throw. And, you know, I mean, you know, we look at, if we bring up, I wish I had it on me. My bad. I wish we had it on me. I wish I had the stat on me. But you look at what his analysis coming into the draft was, and all those issues are still his issues. And I understand you want to say he's a rookie, but this is his second year in an NFL system. You played mostly every game last year. I understand you were doing those little weird wildcat things, but you're practicing with the NFL team. You're practicing with the NFL coach, NFL players. Like, there's just no excuse, in my opinion, for something to not have gotten better. That's my thing. Like, we can say that his accuracy numbers have gotten better, but has his accuracy really gotten better? No. He's just gotten easier throws in this system. So, I don't know. You talking about the flowers get lawnmower for Howie. Do you think that Minshew will be put in for Jalen if Jalen continues to struggle? I think you owe it to your coach for at least one game. I do. I think that for at least one game, you owe it to your coach, because he's probably going to get fired if Jalen keeps on struggling. So go ahead. He didn't redshirt under Doug. He played. Like, I mean, that's my thing. But either way, what's it called? If Jalen continues to struggle, you're going to probably end up firing Nick Sirianni. So I feel like you at least owe it to him to prove for one game or two games that he can do something with a different quarterback. Because I'm really starting to feel like that's what it is, that Nick just doesn't really have faith in Jalen Hurts, which, whether that's fair or not, I think that's what's happening. So I think that he will. I think that Minshew will probably end up seeing some time if we continue to struggle. But we also got some pretty easy teams, and it's hard to say any team's an easy team with the way we're playing, but we got some, I know everybody hates this word, but we got winnable games. We got games that we should be able to go out there and compete and maybe come out with a win. So if we see something different over these next couple games, I think this Lion games is a really big test. Like, if you go out there and you're trash against the Lions have given up a lot of points. That defense is not great. So I really do feel like, if you go out there and you're not good on offense against the Lions, I think it is time to see what Minshew can do. Like I said, even if it's for a game or two, this year is about analyzing your players, seeing what you have. And, maybe we have not seen everything that Jalen Hurts can do. But I think we've seen enough to realize that we have to see what we have on this roster. And does it make sense to go and get another quarterback next year? I think that's really where we're at. Next, we talking about slices of pizza. I just don't know what this team is doing right now. I don't know what we're learning. I don't know what we're trying to learn. Maybe they're just putting Jalen Hurts in the worst positions to try and see how he reacts to it. But you're starting to lose your whole team. Like, it just doesn't make sense. You're starting to lose your whole team. We've seen Jason Kelce get pissed. We heard Fletcher Cox say some things that he normally wouldn't say. We've seen, a lot of frustration on and off the field from these players. And, you're going to lose your team. So, I don't know. I don't know if this team wants Jalen Hurts off the field. I doubt it, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know. He's got that C on his chest. I don't know. I really don't know. I wish I did. I wish I knew more about the mentality of this front office, but I think it does come down to this front office. I think the blame totally goes on this front office, and then it trickles down. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Nick Sirianni was hired by Jeffrey Lurie. Jeffrey Lurie, made that decision. Howie didn't necessarily want Nick Sirianni. So maybe Howie's just, messing all this up. I don't know. We hear a whole bunch of this guy didn't want this guy. This guy didn't want that guy. Pisses me off that they traded C-Dub. I really don't care about Carson Wentz, man. You didn't want to play here, you can go. I really don't care, to be honest. Carson Wentz is putting up some decent games. He's played well. He's not throwing as many interceptions, even though some of them have been overturned and turned into fumbles for some reason. But, he's honestly, I think that running game is really what's carrying them. I think, what's his name? Taylor's averaging like 5.5 a carry. You know what I'm saying? So that running game is really what's keeping that offense afloat, and they're losing games. So I'm not too really worried about who's not on this team. I'm worried about what this team is doing next. You see Brandon Stanley want to know parts of Howie. Yeah, man. I mean, we suck, bro. People see what's going on. There's a reason why we continuously hire coaches with zero NFL experience. There's a reason. There's a reason that that's a trend, and it's most likely because of this front office, the lack of power given. And you can even look at Doug Peterson. If I win a Super Bowl and you try to get my head coach out of here prior to that Super Bowl, you should probably trust me a little bit. We didn't, you know what I'm saying? And we can go back to to Chip Kelly and say maybe that turned them sour on, giving head coaches a little bit too much power, but Our front office obviously has no idea what they're talking about, so it doesn't make sense to continuously give them power. As a owner, Jeffrey, fall the heck back and get somebody that knows about football and win some games. Hurts is a good leader, not so much a good QB. Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. And do I think that everybody should be fired after this year? I don't even know. I really don't. Because we can bring in a whole new staff. We can bring in a new coach. We can bring in a new quarterback. But if you really think that's going to change everything, I'm sorry to tell you, it's not. It's just not. We got 30 people in here. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, man. And let me know what y'all thinking, man. Hit that like if you're upset as me with this season. That's really, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just, I said it before. I've said it before. My biggest thing is that I feel like we're wasting this season. It's not about winning or losing for me. And it never really has been. It's about learning about this team. And I don't feel like we're putting anybody in a good position to learn about them, especially outside of the quarterback position. Look, if you make your quarterback throw it 40 times, you're gonna quickly figure out whether this guy is good or not. Tua threw the ball 40 times last week, I think it was. And, he did his thing. You can see some arm talent in the guy. I just haven't seen it consistently with Tua or Hurts. I'm not sitting here saying go get Tua. I'm just saying, I don't know, man. Watson wants to be in Miami with them fine women so he can continue to do what he's been doing. I don't know what Watson wants. I know it's not Philly. He's continuously said that he's not going to drop his no trade clause for anybody else other than Miami. Look, I'm not one to drop news, because I have people that tell me stuff, but I don't know if it's true or not, and I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy to really be out here sources tell me. But somebody is telling me out of Miami, their reporters, is telling me that the deal is damn near done. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see that changing. I keep hearing that the deal is damn near done. They're working on the wording, and they're throwing at Roger Goodell to see what happens if he is to be activated for a team. Well, not activated, but if he is to be traded to a team. So we might hear in the next couple of days that Deshaun Watson is suspended and then the trade doesn't happen. We might hear that he's traded and he starts next week. I don't want him going to Miami. Look, I don't want him going to Miami because I like where Miami is right now. We have their first round pick. I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like that we have their first round pick, and we probably will get a good, high draft pick out of them. So let's keep it there. Let's wait till off season, or maybe when the season's very far. I know you can't really do that, but let's wait till the off season before you pull that trigger. I don't really want to see Watson on Miami, because I do think that Miami has a good team, and I don't think that they're a quarterback away. I don't know. It's a tough situation to be in, especially if you're a Miami Dolphins fan, because it's Tua's not playing so bad that you're losing games. I think your defense has been losing you some games. So I don't know. I don't watch every game of Miami, so who knows. Let him go to Miami, but can't play till next year. If that's the case, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Keep our draft pick as high as possible. What's going on, Jeremiah? I'm definitely cool with that, though, man. But we got 33 people in here. Be sure to hit that like, man. I'm trying to get 30 likes. Let's get to 30 likes, y'all. Let's get to 30 likes. I'm a true Eagles fan, but right now it's tough to swallow the bad play calling and see our players frustrated. Doesn't look good moving forward, just saying. It's the truth. And look, we're going to probably move on from a lot of these veterans before their time's up. About like a year ago, was saying I would love to see Fletcher Cox retire as an Eagle. I would love to see, a lot of these guys. I think Jason Kelsey's probably going to retire after the season. Wouldn't be surprised to see Lane Johnson surprised after the season. Wouldn't be surprised to see everybody retire after the season as far as our vets go. I wouldn't be surprised to not see Darius Slay on this team next year. Steven Nelson, I highly doubt, gets re-signed. Like, we're going to have a totally different team next year, and we don't have a core. What's going on, Uno? Shout out to my guy, Uno, man. He made the song for the Dallas Cowboys week. That's my guy. He's a dope artist. Definitely go check him out. Say Ho Facts. If you got like a link to any of your stuff, Uno, definitely drop it, man. But he says, what up, Joe? Haven't checked in a minute. I think we should fire everyone and restart from scratch. Let a new GM come in and use those picks wisely, and also hire a coach with experience. If we get rid of Howie, maybe things change. If we get rid of Howie, maybe the mentality of this organization changes. But I really think it's Jeffrey Lurie. I mean, I think the mentality comes from Lurie and how he just implements the plan. You know what I'm saying? So, and I still blame Howie for a lot of things because, don't get me wrong. But I think it comes down to Lurie just understanding he's not a football mind. He's an owner. That's what you are. You're an owner. You know what I'm saying? Just do that. Just own the team. Sign the checks, and hold the trophies up when we win. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. Gloat when you have a good team and make decisions when you have a bad team. You know what I'm saying? Your job as an owner is to get a GM and a coach that can make decisions to make a good team. If they can't make those decisions, you have to find somebody else. It's just that simple. Howie doesn't want his players to get their incentives. I wouldn't be surprised. If we boycott, we get the ear of Lurie just saying, yeah, ain't nobody going to do that, though. Ain't nobody going to just boycott the Eagles. It's a lot deeper than that. It sounds good. Maybe we do. Maybe the Eagles fans get together enough and they do that. But I don't know. Management is definitely the number one problem. Say what you want. But Sirianni isn't an idiot. You can't just simply avoid the run as much as he had without an okay from the up top. Exactly, Alex. Like, hey, we talk about what's happening on the field, but the coaches, the owners see it too. The owners see it too, and I highly doubt that this ownership is that high on Jalen. I just don't think they are, because if they were, it would have been very, very evident, and they have not made it very, very evident. So, we'll see what happens. They've said a lot of good things, but they haven't followed through on it. If there's no decent QB in the draft, no good free agent available, should the Eagles use the draft picks to strengthen other positions and go after a QB later on to use Hurts and Minshew? Definitely, Brett. Definitely. I think that if you as an organization, okay, and this comes from coaches, this comes from scouts, everybody. If you as an organization do not feel comfortable with the quarterbacks in this draft, and I wouldn't even say free agents, because realistically, I'm not going after Aaron Rodgers. I'm not going after Russell Wilson. I'm not going after Deshaun Watson, because we're not a QB away. There's a lot of issues on this team. The only way I'm going to draft, or get a quarterback, I should say, is if we draft one with a pick, and then we focus on building a team after that. That's the only way. To give up all your picks to go and get Aaron Rodgers for a year or a Russell Wilson for maybe 3 doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me. We're not a QB away. We have to build a good team. So I definitely would do that, Brett. What's going on, B-Tone? What's going on? Well said, Joe. 100% agreed. I only dream. I appreciate the shout out. Check out my music from the hip hop heads out there. Yes, sir. Definitely go check that out. Definitely go check my guy out, man. That's my brother, man. He's fire, bro. That song, I've been telling him he got to make me an intro, but he's sleeping on me, man. I'm mad at that. That's my guy. Preach, brother. So tired of these Watson daydreamers. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Drafting Matt Corral and 2 defenders, maybe O-line. If you're high on Matt Corral, go grab him. If you like him and you can grab him, go get him. But do not give up all your assets going all in on just a quarterback. We're a couple different people away from this being a good team. No one's talking about the fact that if the organization is showing an honest effort to see what we actually have and learn from the season, Kelsey might retire and Goddard, Sanders go to. Yeah, Goddard still doesn't have his contract. He keeps on saying he's letting it go, letting his agent deal with it, letting Howie deal with it. But the fact that we're this deep, the fact that we have the money to do it, it worries me. It worries me that you don't. I don't know what you're thinking. If Goddard doesn't come back, I can understand. I don't agree with not letting Miles Sanders come back, but I can agree the mentality. I can understand the mentality behind it, that we have been able to really just. I mean, look, when we were the best in the rushing game, we had 3 guys that nobody else really wanted, if we're being 100% honest. Jay Ajayi got thrown to us from the Dolphins for a 3rd-round pick because they thought he was, which he was, a little bit injury-prone. LeGarrette Blount was a journeyman at the time. Corey Clement's no longer on our team, and he's like a 3rd string for the Cowboys, I think. So, I mean, realistically, we don't need a Miles Sanders for our running game to be good. I will say that, and I do like Kenneth Gainwell, but I do like Miles Sanders. But if you let Dallas Goedert move on because of Tyree Jackson, unless Tyree Jackson comes in and balls out of his mind this next 6-7 games, there's no, or whatever, how many games we have. I can't do math, y'all. You know what I'm saying? If he comes in and balls out, maybe you make me feel like, all right, I guess, Tyree can be that guy and he's a lot cheaper. But Goddard, you better trade Goddard. If that's the mentality, you better not just let that man walk. You're going to let 2 second-round picks just walk? Let me give my crazy eyes. Just walk? That's my crazy eyes. Caught the stream late. What I missed? Not much, man. We just talking. But what's going on, Cheesesteak? $4.90. I don't want Watson. It's gonna kill the future. Exactly. We're a mess organizationally, and on top of that, J-Jaw's injured. When I heard J-Jaw was injured, I gave up the season. Who's gonna block? Who's going to block on our screens now that we have our blocking wide receiver out of the game? I mean, come on, man. J-Jaw was the glue. I can't believe J-Jaw's even still on this team. If there isn't a clear-cut QB at the top of the draft board, I would go defense with the first 3 packs and let... Yeah, I agree. J-Jaw stinks. He can be on IR. I want them to put Minshew in to see if the coach... That's what I want to see. That's the only reason I want to see it. And, let me ask you guys this question. If Minshew goes in and balls out of his mind, I'm talking the offense looks totally different. We go out there and we blow a team out and we look really good. Quez Watkins gets 5 or 6 catches. Devontae Smith gets his 6 or 7 catches. You know what I'm saying? This team looks really good. The run game is going crazy out of the RPO. Then what? I want to know then what? Where have all the flowers gone? Asked Nick. Gainwell isn't an every down back. And King Henry shows that with a good running back, quarterback isn't as necessary. Yeah, I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. And no worries, bro. My studio back popping. I'm going to work on something for you soon. Say less. All good, bro. How's you? I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm really not even that mad. I know I come on here and rant a lot, but I'm really not even that mad. I'm more upset that a lot of Eagles fans just go straight to, oh, you're a hater, Joe. You're hating on this guy. You're hating on this. Y'all know me, man. If you've been rocking with the channel for, we've only been on for a year, but if you've been rocking with the channel for the year, I try not to be a hater. I just try to be honest. Minshew's good, bro. Jalen can't throw. I think Minshew's good. I think Gardner Minshew's good. A lot of people love to hear numbers. So Gardner Minshew had a 74% completion rating with the Jaguars, and the Jaguars suck. J-Jaw will go to another team, and Nate Gary, Matt Collins it up. Nate Gary couldn't even make a roster. That's the thing. We want to say give time. We gave time to Nate Gary. He couldn't even make a roster past 1 day of training camp. You know what I'm saying? Matt Collins has been doing his thing, for what he is in Miami. Shout out. I never really hated Matt Collins. I like Matt Collins. I think we had higher expectations than what he was. But, this fan base goes crazy over guys like Paul Turner. We go crazy off Paul Turner. Sony Michel's, Michael Michel, that's his name. I'm just gonna say Sonny Michel's brother. We go crazy over guys that go well in preseason. I don't know. If Minshew balls, then Hurts stays where he was always meant to be, the second string. Jordan Howard better be called up. We losing at Gainwell and Scout to do it. Yeah. But they say I don't get it. I don't get that. That's another thing. Shout out to my guy Brandon. What's going on, B? That's another thing. Why the heck, if the Eagles have Kenneth Gainwell, why once Miles Sanders goes down, you use a running back you refuse to use all year? Why? What's the point behind that? What's the point behind that? We need a better QB coach going back to management. Could it be that we're horrible at developing QBs? I'm not ready to throw in the towel on Hurts just yet. I mean, I'm not saying throw in the towel, but I don't think that this is just coaching. I mean, I really don't. I think that he's just not playing that well. Rather trade for Mitch Trubisky over playing. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. But hey, do you. Go off, boo-boo. Go off, boo-boo. If that's what you want to do, go off, Richie. If he balls out, then let him play. I like Hurts, but if he better, then I'm with it. Exactly. That's what we got to be. I always liked Mac. Remember, it's not these guys' fault where they were drafted. Exactly. Maybe trying to keep Sanders' market value low. That would make zero sense to me because you're not going to get a deal for Miles Sanders. If I'm Miles Sanders and I have to take a pay cut, I'm going to look at this franchise and be like, you're the reason why I'm not getting any money anywhere else. So screw you. I'll go somewhere else and get less money and prove my worth. I don't see us winning that battle. I can see if we were already, like his whole paycheck next year was like, accomplishment based, but it's not. We have to re-sign him. The coach had to put together high school offense for Hurts. This guy has no arm talent. I wouldn't say he has none, but he's very inconsistent with it. I'll say that. I'm not saying don't blame him for his actions on the field because I hate his field vision. I respect that. I understand. And I understand the point. I understand the point of saying it's not all on Hurts. It's not 100% on Hurts. And I don't want it to sound like that's what I'm saying. It's not 100% on Hurts. But we won't know how bad this coaching staff is if it's just Hurts because Hurts isn't playing well either. If we can throw somebody like Gardner Minshew in there and we just see it crumble even more, that looks good for Jalen, and that looks bad for the coaching staff, and I think that's what we need to see. Running back is an already undervalued position. They might be killing his ability to leave. I don't think they are. I don't think they are because, unless we're going to overpay him for doing nothing and being like, but we believe in you, here's a lot of money, which would make zero sense in my opinion. You're basically handcuffing yourself. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Personally, if I'm Miles Sanders, I think a lot of teams see that he has talent. And if you're going to take $4 or $5 mil from the Eagles, I think other teams would pay that. I really do. And I think if it comes down to losing $1 or $2 million, I would probably do that just out of pure disrespect of you just not utilizing me all year. But shout out to everybody watching, man. We got 40 people in the chat. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, man. Let's get up to like 30, 35 likes. We got 21 right now. Y'all can do better than that. I know you can. Mustache time. We'll see, dude. It's Howie we were talking about. Howie's the biggest problem. And I'm going to continue to say that. Howie is definitely the biggest problem. Don't get me wrong. But there's a lot of problems on this team. And I just don't see the silver lining to the season right now. I really don't see the silver lining to this season right now. So I'm getting a little bit nervous. But maybe, like I said, if they were to fire Howie Roseman, I would feel way better about this season. I don't care if we lose another game, win another game. If we got rid of Howie Roseman, I'd feel way better about this season. Dead ass. And then maybe that's a dumb thing to say. Maybe that is. Howie is a snake. I can see him being all sorts of devious. Jalen can grow a mustache too. Can he though? I need to see it. Hurts for MVP. DJ Soap. Hey, I guess so. Yeah, crazy. We know the defense coach sucks. LOL. If you know your scheme don't fit the players, well, you need to try something different. I don't know what scheme would fit these linebackers. I really don't. I agree that this defensive coaching staff is definitely getting exposed. I just don't know what we would do with this team. That's why I try to not hate on the players as much or even on the coaching staff that much, because it's like, what are you going to do? How would you game plan it to get the best out of Jalen Hurts? How would you game plan it to get the best out of these linebackers? I just don't know. I really just don't know. How can you do? What's going on, Yoda Black? How can you judge a QB with no running game? You watch him pass the ball. That's it. You watch him pass the ball. Like, it is what it is, man. If the Eagles fire Howie, I would consider this a Super Bowl win. I agree. What's good, everyone? Fire Howie ASAP. What's going on, Vic? What's going on, brother? He our QB and running back. I wish Hurts' hard work translated to the field, because Jalen worked his tail off this offseason, and I think he was. If he was in the right system, he can be an average to an above average. What's the right system, though? What's the right system? If you get rid of Howie, I'd be okay tanking all the way to drafting Archer. I really don't care. I just get rid of Howie, man. Make a big change. Like, that's the main thing Eagles fans have been asking for, to get rid of Howie. And last game we ran the ball a lot. And I mean, on our terms, I guess, you know what I'm saying, in terms of how much we run the ball, like, we ran the ball a lot. And honestly, Jalen Hurts still looked bad. So, I mean, what are we going to do to make Howie look good? How is Jalen the problem when the best rookie QB this year is based off of play action? One, Jalen Hurts isn't a rookie. Two, I mean, he's missing clear threat. I mean, like I said, he's not the problem, but he is a problem. Why aren't the Eagles poaching linebackers? We need to. We're out here getting other quarterbacks, though. Everyone in the NFL works their butt off to get there. NFL is just not meant for everyone. I agree. That Jewish connection is too strong. That's why Jeffrey won't fire Howie. Roseman should have never given up on Peterson. I don't know who gave up on Peterson. I don't know if they just butted heads. I don't know if Peterson just gave up on this team. I'm starting to feel like that's more so what happened. Like, he just was like, I'm not going to keep dealing with this. And he bounced. And good for him. Howie ain't going nowhere. How many coaches have the organization had since Reed? Yeah, we've had a couple. And for him to make it through all that, that's saying something about this organization. So I agree with you. I don't see him really going anywhere anytime soon. I definitely don't see him going anywhere anytime soon. Travis Fulgham cut Whiteside on the roster. Yeah, it makes no sense. A lot of the things that we've done these past couple years have made zero sense. And it hasn't made our team better. And Fletcher Cox was apparently not at practice today, so that's dope. No Devontae Smith at practice either. Tyree Jackson is at least on special teams. Looks like he might be active this week. No practice for Anthony Harris. No Miles Sanders. Javon Hargrave's not suited up. Well then, it just keeps getting better. 11 games as a rookie, and Mac Jones is the best QB, and they run the ball consistently, just like when 11 games ain't a rookie. 2 years in isn't a rookie, man. Stop looking for an excuse for Jalen Hurts. I just don't get it. I don't get why everybody wants to make so many excuses for Jalen Hurts. Like, what did Jalen Hurts do to make you feel like he's that guy? What you think about Sirianni gardening tips at his press conference? He sucks, man. He actually, I just can't stand him. Put Jalen on the Ravens with that type of offense, he would look a lot better than this RPO bullcrap. They run a lot of RPOs out of in Baltimore. I can't talk. My bad. 5 days remaining on Derek Barnett being the Eagles. Hopefully, man. I want to see a few weeks of no RPO. I would love they all getting ready to lose if they lose to the Lions, I'm going to be so pissed. Wow, you can always find one player. Fact is 99% of the people in the NFL working their butt off to make it and stay. Fulgham was a bum and so is Whiteside. Howie won't leave because the fan base keeps funding this BS buffoonery. So what did Wentz look like without a running game? What does Wentz look like with a running game? He don't look that great. They're just not playing. They're asking him to be a game manager. Do you want a game manager? Is that what you want at quarterback? Do you want this team to just be a running team? Then that's what you want. That's fine. You can want this team to just be a running team, but that doesn't make that Jalen Hurts is better. That doesn't mean that Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. That means he needs to be subsidized by a run game. That means that we can't depend on him to run this offense. It has to run through our running backs. Who do we have to replace Barnett? I don't know. Milton Williams ain't looking that damn good. D-Train, sometimes that hard work doesn't translate to the talent on the field. That was my point, but to say Hurts doesn't deserve to be in the NFL is blasphemy. He hasn't, I mean, look, Uno, he hasn't really proved anything to me, in my opinion. That's my thing. I mentioned it before. The one way that they can assure yesterday that we couldn't assure that, wait, what? That we couldn't assure that Howie Roseman wouldn't get fired is if the fan base makes enough noise and the national media gets a hold of it. I don't know. I mean, maybe. Watching Inside the Birds, there are guys who watch tape for Kaplan, and they are saying Jalen Hurts has been inaccurate. I mean, he is. He has been. I don't think it's... I don't understand why make so many excuses for him. I really don't. With a running game, he was a second-year quarterback. He was an MVP. He's a second-year QB. So you're saying that Jalen Hurts is as good as Carson Wentz in his second year. That's what you're saying. I don't see what you're saying at all. Don't get it. But okay. Hey, maybe he is. Maybe he is. We should try and bring in Mariota. I don't want any of these rookies in the first round of the 22 draft. I don't really want Mariota. Let's put up a blow-up doll if he does the same job and it's cheaper plus no penalties. Howie drafting 3 QBs. It's okay for Hurts to be a game manager while the game slows down for him. Okay. Well, then with that mentality, then why not put in Minshew? You just like Hurts better? Like, I don't get it. If you don't want your quarterback to be the main focus of your offense, then why does it have to be Hurts? What's going on, Carlos? It's okay. I read that. We need to run the ball more. I want to see the O-line put some D ends and tackles on their backsides. I definitely do too. I think that we should be a run team. And mostly because I don't think that you can trust. Ben used to be a game manager. Brady used to be a... All right, I'm not gonna respond to that, man. You can't, like, I don't understand. I'm gonna respond to that actually. Why do we continuously compare Hurts to quarterbacks that he is not? He is not Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger could throw the ball 70 yards in the air when he was a rookie. Tom Brady was a game manager his whole career, but he's one of the smartest quarterbacks when it comes to game managing. And you really can't call him a game manager because he goes out there and he wins his team games by throwing the ball. Like, come on, man. Come on. The GOAT Devontae Smith, why you here? You should be at practice. Yeah, why you not at practice? I would love to see breaking news. The top players that have went on strike due to I would love that. Yeah, I mean, we do just run. It is. Our RPOs are terrible, but that's on Jalen. I'm sorry, man. That part is on Jalen. I mean, I do think that, our coach needs to just call traditional run plays and take the decision out of Jalen Hurts' hands. But that's not a good thing to be saying that about your coach in his second year. I thought Wentz passed for 400 against the Ravens and the last 2 games too. He threw 400 against the Ravens, and then he threw for 150 and he threw for like 230 or something like that. The question is, will the game slow down for him? What's your opinion about Minshew? I mean, I think Minshew is all right. We'll see what he is. I just really want to see what Minshew is about so we can know whether or not it's the coaching. That's it. I want to see how the coaching would change or not. We're losing big. He has to make throws when they're there. His mechanics are off. It's just true. Yeah, I mean, Brady and Ben are completely different QBs than Jalen. How about we judge Jalen as he is now? Exactly. In his second season, being a game manager isn't a bad idea. We have talent we can use instead of relying on the second-year QB to be 80% of our offense. Okay. I am back after 50 years with this stupid teacher. What's going on, Brian Cruz? Tom Brady has always been accurate. He's always been good in the pocket. He always read the field well. Exactly. Joe Flacco cannot bet out Mike White QB for the Jets this Sunday. Poor Joe. What if you get blown out by the Lions? Then we better go start somebody else, man. If we get blown out Especially if our offense is trash, man. I'm not hearing it no more. Bench Hurts. I'm not hearing it no more. Hurts is a one-read QB that scrambles drill. Look, Hurts has had 3 seconds on average in the pocket. That is the most in the NFL. And in those 3 seconds, he has the lowest pass completion percentage. That's not on the coaches. That's not on the coaches. That's on him not getting rid of the ball when you're supposed to. Facts, Dank. That's a fact. I think the RPOs are Hurts' fault. He never gives the ball to the running backs. Thanks for the information on Wentz. Yeah, I mean, look, RPO is the decision of the quarterback to either run the ball off or hand the ball off or to pass the ball. He continuously makes the decision to throw quick slants to Devontae Smith. It just is what it is. Hurts sometimes just runs for no reason. He does. Last year, statistically, we had the most turnovers-worthy plays with Carson. Okay? I'm not sure what that has to do with Hurts. We were giving Carson such a pass last year too. There was one play in the fourth quarter where Gainwell had a huge hole and Jalen kept it. It's been plenty of times that it's happened with Miles Sanders as well. He keeps it most of the time on the read options. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he breaks out to the right after his first read is lost and everyone is playing scramble drill. Yeah, that hurts the offensive line. That hurts your wide receivers' timing. Like, you know, and not only that he scrambles to the right, when he scrambles to the left, we know you're not going to throw it. No one's afraid of you throwing it when you scramble to your left. You just don't do it. He looks at most of the time on the read option. Yeah, he keeps it most of the time. Facts. Why does the tackle not chip block the D and on? So let's blame the tackle. Let's blame our tackles that Jalen Hurts doesn't know how to read a defensive end. What Hurts is a young QB. What is he supposed to be? Better. He's supposed to be competent. RPOs. Look, we run a very simple offense with very simple concepts, very simple throws. He has to make those throws. There's no way you can sit here and realistically tell me that these are hard throws, that Jalen Hurts has nobody open. It's not true. It's just not true. He can't read that a defensive end is crashing. That's what he can't read, because that's what an RPO is based upon. It's based upon a defensive end and a linebacker. Those are the only two players you have to read on an RPO, and he has not been able to do that. You're telling me that that's hard? I can't do it. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'd do a better job. But as a quarterback, you know what I'm saying? That's not supposed to be hard, man. That's not supposed to be tough. We are basically asking him to be a game manager and take your shots when you have them. And he's not doing it. If you hand the ball off 60% of the time when you're doing the RPOs, look at Nick Foles. That's why we had such a good run game in 2017, because the quarterback handed the ball off. And I'm tired of sitting here hating on Jalen. Like, y'all bring this out of me, man. Y'all bring this out of me, because I really don't hate Jalen. Like, I really don't want that to be the mindset of everybody. Like, oh, Joe's just a Jalen hater. It's really not that. It's just the truth, man. So how did we score 30 this year? Because the guy with no talent, with the arm talent, couldn't score 30 last year. What? What are you talking about? What game are you talking? You're talking about the Falcons game, the one good game? You're gonna ignore every other game? Come on, man. I have never heard people being so sweaty over a second string quarterback. Why do fans love him so much that they are willing to die on that hill? I don't get it. Just watch what he's playing. Watch how he's playing. We're so quick to compare him to Josh Allen, to Lamar Jackson, to this, to that. He's not them. He's not them. Let's compare him to what he is. And from last year to this year, I have not seen a change. That's a fact, B-Tone. But we got 50 people in here. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, man. Let's get up to like 40 likes. Jalen isn't accurate and he can't read the entire field. Jordan Mailata has played so-so since his injury. I agree. I don't hate Hurts. He's just not ready yet. Joe, you keeping it 100, Hurts is bad. I mean, he's played bad. Maybe he's not overall terrible, but he played bad. Sooners had 2 NFL running backs that were in 2019. Jalen still led the entire team in rushing yards. He is who he is. He is who he is. Thank you. You leave the DN unblocked, right? That's who you are reading. Exactly. The tackle's job is to wait a second, and then after a second, it becomes a run play. And that's it. Either the ball is out of his hands and you threw it so he can now go, the lineman can now go up the field. Let's break down the RPO. Y'all want to know what RPO is, apparently. But real talk, the offensive line's job is to hold for a second or two until the quarterback has the decision made. In RPO offense, it is supposed to be a quick decision. You're either throwing the ball or you're handing the ball off. You have a free rusher in the defensive end because if he rushes up the field, you now have an option to keep the ball and run it. You now have the option to let your running back go. Or you have the option to go into that window where maybe the linebacker came up as well thinking it's a run play. You now have the option to throw it in a window that should be open. We've seen it with Alshon many a times. We've seen it with Devontae Smith. He's just not open because you never run the ball. You never run the ball. Come on. As I said, our team is a dumpster fire. They are. Do you think Hurts is trying to do too much to prove he should be the guy? I think Hurts just wants to be the guy. I think that, and we talked about it earlier, with a couple Cowboys fans, unfortunately. Actually, it was Kyle Yeomans who said this to me, but he was like, he feels like Hurts's talent hasn't caught up to his mentality yet. He wants to be that guy that can do anything. He wants to be Mahomes. He's just not there yet. And will he be there? I don't know. I agree that we need to run the ball more to help Jalen, but he misses too many easy throws. It's true. Joe Castro is a Jalen Hurts hater. Jalen hater scream to the rooftops. Josh Allen was horrible for 2 years. Bro, oh my God. Go watch Josh Allen. Go watch Josh Allen throw the ball in his rookie year. Now go watch Jalen Hurts throw the ball this year. You tell me you don't see something in Josh Allen that you have not seen in Jalen Hurts. We can come on. Sounds like you're a hater. Jalen has to be better, though. I don't even know if he will get better. I'm not a hater. It's just that people continuously come up with stupid comparisons. I'm sorry. And I hate to sound like that, but it is. It's just dumb comparisons. Jalen Hurts is none of these guys you guys are bringing up. I don't compare him to no one. I just compare him to his last performance. Exactly. We have to see him get better, and we have not. He has not gotten more consistent. And I said this after the Kansas City game. Maybe that, even though we lost, that was a game that Jalen Hurts could build upon, and he hasn't. He's gotten worse. Here's the difference. Realistically, his completion percentage would be absolute garbage if it wasn't for the Atlanta game, because he threw 70% in that game. And from then, I don't think he's hit over 60%. So, I mean, let's be 100. I think he's hit 62. Let's be 100% honest. His completion percentage would be probably just as bad as last year if we took out that game. He wasn't as polished, but showed promise. Plus, Josh Allen has one of the strongest arms in years. Exactly. Here's the difference. The whole entire Lions fan base hates Goff, but you guys love Hurts. RPO sucks. Josh Allen was known more for running the ball his first 2 years. No, what are you talking about? Black, calm down, man. Do you know Jalen Hurts? Are you Jalen Hurts? That's what I'm starting to feel like. Are you Jalen Hurts' burner account? Because there's no way you really think that makes sense to make that comparison. There's no way, in my opinion. Honestly, the penalties on the O-lineman downfield is Jalen's fault. It is. He still made throws that few guys can make. Exactly. You saw something in him. Here's Darren. Look, Darren, we haven't seen you in a while, man. I actually missed you coming out here and trolling. He said Nick Sirianni deserves a contract extension if he beats the Lions. People are high on him because he almost won a Heisman. LOL. How many Heisman winners were out of the league in 4 years or lifelong bench riders in the NFL? Heisman means nothing in the NFL. Facts. This coaching staff is a laughing stock. I agree. I know he has a strong arm, but he wasn't good his first 2 years. I wouldn't say he wasn't good. The team was terrible around him. I mean, just like Jalen Hurts has a bad team, but I can say with full confidence that we have a better offense than than Josh Allen had in his first year. I can fully say that with confidence. I think their best wide receiver was Cole Beasley. Like, I can say that they had John Brown, who wasn't doing anything. You can't even name me a tight end on that team. Their offensive line wasn't that great. They were good, I won't lie, but they weren't that great. That's not true, Joe. The O-line is blocking run all the way, but focuses on double teams if available. If not, they climb regardless. Also, RPO is a box count. Play, not a read, the DN read. I mean, I don't know. From what I see and how I was taught the whole RPO and how you can see it played out, you're reading the defensive end, you're reading the linebacker. But I mean, I know you've played, so I'll take yours as gospel because I know you played the position. But to me, that's still on on Jalen Hurts. He still has to get the ball out quick enough, knowing what his offensive line is trying to do. But I mean, it is what it is. Why has Nick Sirianni not fired anyone yet or player? I mean, who's he going to fire? The film don't lie. He can't hit open guys down. He looked way better in this Raiders game. He did? He had like 67 yards until the fourth quarter. He did, Black? Come on, man. LOL, it's because everyone's stuck on Hurts season. It is what it is, man. He wasn't as good as he is now, but he wasn't horrible. He was inconsistent, but even then you saw what Josh Allen could be. They ran the ball in the damn Atlanta game. Yeah, and he had 70% completion and had about 3 yards of air yards. So yes, Jalen Hurts can be great when it's not his job to be good. I mean, like, you're making my point, my guy. There's more tapes on him. Teams can easily defend him due to his limitations. I'm curious, what do you want the Eagles to do at QB? I want them to truthfully evaluate it. And I'm not, like I said a million times, I'm not all out on Jalen Hurts. I want to see if it is Jalen Hurts 100% or if it is this coaching staff. And I think that the best way to do that is to put another quarterback in there for a game or two and see if the same scheme plays better, or if two, Nick Sirianni changes his scheme for the new quarterback and it does well. So, or if Jalen Hurts, or if Nick Sirianni just completely falls on his face. I don't know. I know that there's limitations to what Jalen Hurts can do, and I know that Nick Sirianni is making it a very simplified offense for that reason. But I just want them to realistically evaluate. I don't know if there's a quarterback next year. I don't necessarily want one of these veteran guys. Kerryon Johnson should be on the Eagles. P.S. According to reports, former Detroit Lions Kerryon Johnson had a workout with Washington football team on Tuesday. I'm surprised he hasn't got caught on anywhere as of yet. People were shocked he could run as well as he did. Jalen doesn't do anything good from a QB position. He's just athletic and a good leader. I agree. What's going on, Jerry? Josh Allen, first year, 2,000 yards, 10 interceptions. Watch the games, Black. Watch the games. Stop getting hung up on stats, man. Stats don't tell the full season. So if you are the GM at the end of the season, what are you doing with this team? If the season ended right now, if this was my, because I don't know what's going to happen coming up. So I'm going to say if the season ended right now, I would probably stick it out with Jalen Hurts one more year, or Gardner Minshew, whatever you want to do. If you can get a second round pick for Jalen Hurts, I would be open to it. I doubt that you could, but if you could, I would be definitely open to it. But I would ride it out. I don't really necessarily see any quarterback that I'm like goo goo gaga over. And like I said, the season has far from finished, so there might be somebody in the college ranks that comes out and really shows me something. But I think I would ride it out with Jalen Hurts and try and build the team around him. Not build the team around him, but build the team, right? Get you some young defensive players, get you some young offensive linemen that can be the future of this team, and get yourself to a point where you are possibly a quarterback away. That's what I would do. Realistically, and look at that. It has nothing to do with Hurts. I'm just saying we need to evaluate to see if he's the guy or not. Because if he is, then you do build solely around him and you figure out what he needs to succeed. But right now, I just don't know if he is. A man said you are. Are you Jalen Hurts? It's true though. Like, people be acting like they like his cousin or something. Like, bruh, come on, man. The Heisman Trophy winner isn't getting the ball. Back on the Hurts thing again. That's what everybody wants to talk about, man. It is what it is. I wouldn't be mad if they try Hurts at slot receiver. He has high leadership and athleticism. Hurts will never have the arm talent of the top 5 arms, not Mahomes, Allen, Stafford, Wilson, or Herbert. Second year, 3,000 yards, 20. All right, you're just going to keep on reading stats. You do read the end if he plays container crash. Hey. And I play D end. Jalen on pace to throw for far and lose mad games, bro. Like, can you, all right, so since he can throw 100 yards in the fourth quarter, let's forget that he threw 67 yards in the first 3. Black, come on. Be better, bro. Be better, bro. If Sirianni's still here next season, Matt Ryan coming to Philly next year. That's my prediction. Falcons moving on from Ryan. Matt Ryan is similar to Phillip Rivers. That'll be interesting. Yeah, Hurts is responsible for the O-line downfield calls. He controls what happens with the ball, and more importantly, when it happens. Yeah. So let me ask you, Jalen, all jokes aside, are you saying, because I mean, I think that, are you saying that Hurts, the penalties, is that on Hurts or is that on the O-line? Simple and plain. What do you think about that? Hurts is putting a hurting on our offense. I was thinking the same to see what's what, Joe. Yeah, you gotta just. I mean, look, we're supposed to be evaluating everybody, and the coach is part of that. So we seen what he can do with Jalen Hurts. Let's see what you can do with Minshew for a game or two. So Jalen gets the ball, runs to the right, and flips it underhand to Gainwell. Then the ball falls on the ground, and Kelsey helmet comes off. Castro idea: breaking the birds and Gate City Sports and break down RPOs. The more you know. I been talking to breaking the birds. I've just been so busy. I have not been able to get an actual day with him. But we are going to have him on very soon. I'm going to hit him up after this and try to get a solidified day. And I haven't had Gate City on for a minute. I haven't talked to Gate City in a minute, so I definitely will reach out to him. Draft Corral, make him compete against Hurts. Yeah. The most embarrassing play I've ever seen. Facts. Can Minshew and Hurts share snaps on Sunday? I mean, shoot, we already basically treating this like a preseason, so who knows? I never seen such incompetence from a coaching staff. That's fair. I just think Jalen ain't the guy, and I don't think Minshew is either. And like I said earlier, I am unimpressed with the guys supposed in the first round. Check out the Ole Miss QB baller. He'll be there. I think the offense is okay. It's the execution. All this draft for QB is buns. You bring up Gardner's stats, and I didn't even bring up Gardner's stats. I said his completion percentage. Bro, you hear what you want to hear, my guy. Listen, tell Jalen Hurts, since you know him so well, he's got to be better, man. He's got to be better. You literally just said that, Black. And I don't like calling out subscribe. I don't know if you're even subscribed. I don't like calling out people, and I'm not trying to talk junk to you, and I'm not trying to start an argument with you. But you legitimately just said that Hurts did better against the Raiders. Hurts had 60-something yards in the first 3 quarters. How the hell is that better? How is that better? Come on, man. Come on, man. Like, for real. Like, seriously. He did nothing against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the first 3 quarters. Come on, man. He's continuously gotten worse. This is Mac Jones' first year in the NFL. He looks better than Hurts. I want QB from mid. Penalties on coaching and players. They run the ball. I want Matt Corral. He the only guy I like coming out. The penalties for linemen down the field are on Hurts. The ball is supposed to be down the field already, but my problem with Hurts is passes over like 7 yards. There's no real consistency. Don't look at stats. A lot of yards came from thrown exactly under 5 yards on simple reads. I do see Hurts can improve. I think he can. I just don't think he has. I don't think he has. If he's done something consistently, I think you can build off that. But there's nothing I look at and I'm like, oh, he's done this consistently well, so let's just do that. Unless you want to just be a purely running team, which we're just not going to be. We still got 50 people in here, 34 likes. Can we get it to 40? Can we get it to 40 likes? Can we get it to 40 likes? The down the field penalties are on Hurts. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I was thinking. Minshew is not the answer. I'm not saying he is. Don't let Lord Brunson hear you keeping it 100 about Hurts. He swears nothing is Hurts' fault. Look, I got nothing but respect for LB. LB is my guy, man. LB is my guy. I got nothing but respect for him. He's entitled to his opinion. Me and him have talked about this plenty of times. I had him on the channel, and me and him went back and forth on it. And, he knows how I feel. And I think a lot of the content creators know how I feel. And I'm probably alone on it, and that's fine. I'm not here to reiterate anybody's opinions. I'm here to let you guys know how I'm feeling. But I do have to go. I do have to work in a little bit. I just realized what time it was, and I got like a half hour to get ready for work. But listen, I appreciate everybody. I do want to say one last time, man, please do hit that like, hit that subscribe. And we did change up the logo. If you guys have not seen, we did change up the logo, and I do have merch now on sale. It is very, very easy to go find. It is at www.teespring.com/PhillyPhilly. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. And if you do want to grab yourself, I can't talk. And if you do want to grab yourself some merch, follow me on Twitter or follow me on Facebook or follow me on Instagram, anywhere. DM me and I'll shoot you guys a promotional code so you can save some money. But I definitely want to start seeing some people rocking, you know what I'm saying? I want to see some people rocking the new logo. I'm loving the new logo. So shout out to my girl. She's actually the one that actually did it. She designed everything, so big shout out to her. So definitely go check that out. Like I said, www.teespring.com/PhillyPhilly. And like I said, I appreciate everybody tuning in. We still got 50 people. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe if you are new. But other than that, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be fly, Eagles fly, and we are out here. Peace.
Everywhere. This is for
Yeah.
you.
Fly, Eagles fly, and we on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird gang nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man soft. Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randolph. Season here, early time to do 'em in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.